Of course, we're happy to have Scott Paget with us every Saturday and Sunday morning, keeping an eye on the tropics. And also this morning, we are joined by a hurricane specialist and former director of the National Hurricane Center. Good morning, Mr. Max Mayfield. He's at the Museum of Discovery and Science in Miami, and he's going to answer some of our questions, some of the questions you viewers have about how to prepare for a hurricane. Good morning, Max.
Yeah, sorry, say that again there, Nikki.
we just said good morning, Max. Good morning, Max. And can you hear us? Can you hear us okay?
There you go. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
Max, it's Scott here. You know, when we had the forecast come out, they really had a high forecast for the major hurricanes of what they were thinking. Did that surprise you, and what do you think about that number?
Well, one of the things that seasonal forecasters look at is the sea surface temperatures, and in the Atlantic there are some very warm temperatures, not just the little pads here and there, but over a very large area of the Atlantic, and so that usually correlates with a more active hurricane season. The interesting thing to me is that all the seasonal forecasters, at least that I know of, are forecasting above average activity. We know here in South Florida it's not all about the numbers. What really counts is where they make landfall and how strong they are at landfall. It just takes that one hurricane over us to make for a bad year.
Okay, Max, we all know about the batteries and the water, but there's a lot more that we need to be doing now to prepare for a storm later this summer.
That's right, and one of the best ways to do that is with our local 10 Hurricane Survival Guide. That can walk you through that, and I've talked with a lot of people after hurricanes over many years. I can guarantee you that the people who had a hurricane plan almost always did better than people who did not have a plan, so the time to prepare is now.
Max, the National Hurricane Center slimmed down that cone of uncertainty that we have all come to know. How did they do that? How did they accomplish it? And should people feel a little safer about the forecasts this year? You know,
Todd, this is actually a success story for the American taxpayer. The forecasts are better thanks to better observations from satellite, aircraft, and radar. The computer models are more sophisticated than ever, so the track forecast is getting better a little bit every year, but still the average area is about 45-50 miles in 24 hours. So it's not perfect, better than ever, and that's good news. But the one thing that we have to be careful of is that cone is getting so much smaller now. We need to remember that the impact from the storm surge, the wind, the rain, the tornadoes can extend well beyond the cone. So let's not forget that.
Well, we all remember Hurricane Sandy. We weren't even in the cone, and look at all the damage it did along A1A, and beach erosion was a real problem. All right, Max, I know that you're going to have a very long day out there. What are you standing in front of quickly?
This is a mock-up of a P3 Hurricane Hunter. I've actually been in the real thing several times, and this is a great chance to come out and see a lot of hurricane activities, or mostly preparedness activities. There's a little mock-up of the wall of wind. The kids can build little houses and see them blown away by a simulator. The National Hurricane Center, the Weather Service Forecast Office, the Hurricane Research Division will all be here. A lot of us, the Emergency Management Director of Miami-Dade County, Kurt Summerhoff, and I will do a tag team on Hurricane 101 here at 11 o'clock. So the museum opens at 10 o'clock this morning.
Awesome. It's a lot of information, but presented in a very entertaining fashion. Thank you. Max Mayfield.
We appreciate the sneak peek.
We'll talk to you soon.
Here's how you can get out and see Max today. You can go out to Feel the Force, the hurricane event that's happening today. The event is free. It is open to the public. It will focus, as Max just said, on hurricane science, mitigation, and preparedness, taking place at the Miami Science Museum. It's from 10 to 6 p.m.
And also, if you can't find a hard copy of that Hurricane Survival Guide and Supply Kit, we have it on our website at local10.com. You can click on the Hurricane Headquarters section on the right-hand side of our homepage and download it right to your computer.
And there you can also watch our Hurricane House Call special to find out how you can gear up for the hurricane season. Maybe you missed it last night. New this morning, following the recent tornado